Welcome to our podcast, Mr. Ahmed. How are you doing today?
Very good. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay. Without wasting a lot of time, please introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Ahmad Ndoom. I do business consulting and management training. Before that, I used to own my own business with my partners. I was in business for 5 years, actively managing for 2 years. Was very successful, fortunately. Before that, I used to work in a petrochemical company. I studied in university chemical engineering.
Okay.
So
Nice.
graduated, worked in petrochemicals, but I always wanted to be in business. So I started my own business, had it for 5 years, managed it for 2 years, did well. And then I noticed a lot of people are business owners, are struggling so much. And I found that the same problems we used to have are the problems everybody is having. It looks like everybody has the same problem.
Right.
So if you figure out how to solve it, then you almost know how to help everybody. Like, not to say it like not in an arrogant way. I think business problems are very simple.
Sure.
They are the same. They repeat over time. So when you know them, this is why you see when a guy opens a business and it works out for him and he makes lots of money. Even when he sells the business, when he goes back in business again, he's much more successful or has much better chance than the average person.
Right.
Because he kind of know the route, how to do it.
Right.
So after I exited the company's still there, but I exited it. I started doing business consulting for companies, help them how to run the company, make it more profitable, increase their sales. And I also started doing management training, help managers better do their jobs, better control the team, reach the goals.
Okay. That's amazing. So why did you choose business consulting as your full-time job, full-time career?
Yes, I love teaching.
Okay.
I think I did not want to be a school teacher, but I love teaching, and I never knew what I will teach or if I ever will teach. But I remember one time in university, on November, the United States have this Thanksgiving holiday. So in this holiday, everybody goes to their families. So we students, we have nothing to do. The Kuwait Student Union, they call it NUKS, National Union of Kuwaiti Students.
Okay.
In the United States, they have the yearly conference. In the yearly conference, they have the election for the who's gonna run the union next year, and they also have like activities. So I was going to get coffee. The day before, I was in one of the lectures. There was a lady. She was a PhD student in like political science or something, and she was talking and stuff. I did not like notice the face. I was a little bit away, and then next day I was in line to get coffee, and there was a lady in front of me, and she was looking like at the Christmas straws. She looked at it a little bit and put it back in the basket. So I told her, I said, very nice, but too fancy to buy and use. And she said, what? I told her, the straw is very nice, but it's too fancy. You're not going to use it. Meaning this is why you put it back.
Right.
And she says, yes. And she laughed. And she said, where are you from? I said, from Kuwait. And she said, oh. And she started talking Arabic.
Okay.
And as we had a conversation, I realized she was the lady at the lecture last night.
Oh.
So I sat with her and we had a chat. And she said, like, wow, you should really study PhD. You should be a professor or teach. And I said, I would love to teach, but at the same time, I don't know. Maybe being a professor teaching the same class over and over is not for me. It can be very nice thing to do. It's just not for me. I feel I am a very practical person. Like, don't give me a theory. Don't talk to me for 10 hours and then do nothing.
Right.
Tell me exactly what to do and let me do it. So I also prefer to, if I'm going to teach, I want to do this. I want to give people practical knowledge that they can wake up next morning and apply. And maybe the kind of consulting I give is this.
Nice. That's amazing. So how long have you been doing the business consulting business?
Well, okay. So I started the petrochemical job from 2017.
Okay.
and quit on 2019.
Okay.
But at the same time, the business we started in 2016. So it was before the job, through the job, until 2022. I quit, exited the company. The consulting started 2020. So it was like right after I quit the job, I had two things going on, the business and the consulting. But I would say it did not take off until September last year.
Okay.
So from 2020 up to 2022, yes, for almost 2 years, it did not take off. I was making money, I was making like very little. And then in September last year, a video on Instagram took off. And as it took off, more people will start to know me and more clients, and it started to grow.
That's nice. Why didn't you quit in the first 2 years?
Okay. This is the first time I'll tell this story.
That's amazing.
In public. So in 2020, I was doing it because I love to do it. I enjoy it, but I was not very much committed to it.
Okay.
So it was like, if I get a client, good. If I don't, it's fine, because I already have my company and I get my salary from the company and the company is doing well. So if I don't get a client for 3 months, like who cares? There is no overhead, there's no rent, there's nothing.
Right.
So if somebody comes, fine. If not, it's fine. So I was not doing so much in those 2 years until I exited the company. When I exited the company, it became a problem not to have clients. Right?
Makes sense.
Before, if I don't have any client for 6 months, I don't care.
Right.
But the observer from the outside will say, "What, are you still in business? Did you quit? What is going on?" To me, it's like whatever. It can be there or not. It doesn't matter to me. But when I exited the company and consulting became my sole stream of income, the only stream of income, it became very important that I actually have clients.
Right.
So I exited the company in April. I did not do anything until June, because June I was traveling. I was doing very little. June I traveled. I came back to Kuwait in July, and I rented an office. And I did not know, like nobody knew me. And there is a guy called Grant Cardone. I mention him a lot, all the time. He says contacts means people, equal contracts means money.
Absolutely.
So I did not have any contacts, and hence no contracts. So I was sitting one day in the office, and I was just like running out of money, and I was just reflecting. I said, like, if you look at me, I was in Dishdasha and like Ghitara. I was sitting in the office. It was like 7 p.m. on a Wednesday. And it was like a co-working space. I rented an office, and it was empty. And it was just me sitting there. And I started to reflect on myself. I said, "What did you do to yourself? You're crazy. Look, what did you do? You had a great job. You were fine. You had everything going on for you. What did you do this?" And I was freaking out, going crazy. It was it was rock bottom, 100%. And I was just going crazy in my head. And I said, "Ahmad, relax. It's fine. You're going to be fine. It's okay. Just relax a little bit." At that time, I promised myself I will shoot one video, Instagram reel per day, and upload it just to get some attention from people. So maybe I get a client. I said, "Okay, relax. I promised myself I'll shoot one video, right? Put the tripod, put your camera, shoot the video, and leave." And I had like to meet my friends after an hour. So I said, go with your friends, go have fun. We will figure out this problem tomorrow. Right. For tonight, just shoot the video and leave. And I put the tripod and I shoot a video. Like did not have any ideas. So I said, company owner should not run the company. At first, he might be standing in the shop or running the WhatsApp. But after some time, he needs to just delegate all the tasks, hashtag company on autopilot.
Right.
And I leave the office. I go to my friends, hang out a little bit, talk, like general talk. And then again, like, "I'm crazy. What did I do to myself? I ruined my life. I destroyed my future, blah, 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 blah." And this is the first time ever they see me like this. They're like, "Ahmad, relax. What is going on here?" And I'm like, It's, what did I do myself? And they say, it's fine. Worst case scenario, just go and apply for a job. Like, you're not going to die. It's fine.
Right.
I was like, it's easy for you guys. Bah. And I was just like destroyed from the inside. And maybe being destroyed on the inside has a good side of it, because when you have nothing to lose, you're like, you have nothing to lose. You go to do anything.
Yeah.
You have nothing to lose.
The only way is up.
Yes. So it's only going to be better. And you know, something like a miracle, it's not a miracle, but like a metaphor, I will say, a miracle happens. They say, okay, you're in a terrible shape. Come with us. We'll buy you dinner. You're not going to pay. Out of pity. I don't know. So I said, okay, we go to a burger place, and they say, what do you want to have? I'm like, whatever. I don't even care about food now. I'm just like destroyed. And I always like, after I upload the video, I always go back to check how much views it got. At the time, I used to get like from 3,000 to 5,000.
Okay.
Bad videos, 1,000. I had 5,000 followers. So I go and check on this video, and it's 5,000. I say, good. So it's a good video. I talk, blah, blah. I check back on it. It's 10,000.
Wow.
Oh, what is going on? Refresh. 17,000.
Are you serious?
It's, what is going on here? And it, boom, 23, boom, 31, 60,000, 90,000, 120,000. I'm like going crazy. I don't know what to do. What do I do? So I put it a sponsor ad. I sponsor another 3 videos. I don't know what to do. I just want to do something. And wake up next morning, and it reached 400,000 views.
Shit.
I'm like,
Damn.
what happened? And and it's just viral. Hundreds of comments, and everybody who commented, like he said, you're wrong. What I do is, why am I wrong? I want him to comment again. And he's like, because blah, blah, blah. And I say, blah, blah, blah. I want to turn your comment into 6 comments. And everybody, and people start sharing my story. And everybody, every time somebody shares my story, I capture, I put it on my story, I mention him, thank you for sharing. And I have like 50 stories, oh, thanks for sharing. Thanks. And people think like, who's this guy? He's blowing up. And I get from this maybe 12 clients.
Nice.
And they all pay. And I have money. And then I'm like, wow, good. We're back in the game. And then I start doing sponsor ads, right? And I thought to myself, Ahmad, why are you doing sponsor ad? The reason that you got 400,000 was because this reel got viral. So if you want to continue the growth, you need to go viral. You don't need sponsor ads. You need to learn how to make videos go viral. So there was an Instagram reel course. I just paid immediately. I went to attend. And it was good. It was helpful. But it was not new information that I did not know. But it gave me certainty that what I do know is enough.
Right.
The girl had like 130,000 followers. So I said, Ahmad, the content she's saying will guarantee take you to 130. It might not take you to 1 million. It might not take you 500,000. But we know this information will take you to 100,000. I was good. That's all I need. I need to not have any doubt in my head that will, in a bad day, cause me to think, maybe I'm wrong. No, you're wrong, not wrong. You're right. You just need to continue. So I get it, and boom, boom, boom. I upload videos every day, and then I do a video called The Busy Manager is a Failure. Because the reason he's busy, his employees are not doing the work. Because he did not delegate properly. If he delegated properly, he will be supervised, and they will be doing the work.
Right.
Yes, hashtag company on autopilot still. Boom, blows up to 1 million. I'm like,
Damn.
what is going on here? That's crazy. 1 million views. Million people, you know? I cannot imagine. By this time, I have like 50,000 followers or something. Or 30,000, I don't know. And so I try to analyze videos after they become successful. Like, why did this video become successful? It must be that people liked it. But why did they like it? It must touch something. And then I realized, I say, hey, in the United States, for example, maybe more than 80% of the workforce is in the private sector.
Okay.
And a lot of people are thinking of entrepreneurship and small and medium-sized businesses. That's what they do. In Kuwait, it's different. It's different. I think, I'm not sure, but I think 90% of the Kuwaitis work in the public sector.
Yeah.
And a lot of non-Kuwaitis and 10% of the Kuwaitis work in the private sector. But it's not entrepreneurship. It's corporate or it's a big organization.
Right.
So I said, when you talk about the business owner should do blah, blah, there is not a lot of audience. It's like in Kuwait, it's like opening pet food shop. Sure, there's a lot of people with pets, but how many?
Right.
It's not going to make as much money as selling like as a supermarket or restaurant or electronics company because the audience is small. Pet owners, very small population. So I said, wow, I was fishing in a very small lake, business owners. And no wonder I'm not blowing up. No wonder nobody knows me. So I need to focus more on the manager because you're an employee, you have a manager. Your manager means you're a manager. You're a company owner. You can be the manager or you have a manager working for you. So everybody is focusing on the manager.
True.
So, and then I continued in this way. In December last year, somebody called me. He said, "Do you want to do a seminar with our company?" And I said, "Sure." This is like 3 months after the first video blew up. And I said, yes. And I had the material ready. I used to do it in one-on-one consulting. And then so she said, I recommend we call it to the Successful Manager Seminar. I said, nice. Yeah, good. At first, to be honest, I said, like, very silly name. Like, Successful Manager. Can you be more superficial and cliche and, like, silly? And I said, Ahmad, she's the professional here. She does the seminars. She knows what to call it. Why are you even interfering? If she says Successful Manager, that's what we're going to do.
Right.
And we do it, and we get 20 participants in person, 45 online.
Wow.
I'm like, wow. I did not expect. You know what was my biggest fear that prevented me from doing a seminar? I used to be afraid. I advertise a seminar. Nobody buys. Only one person. Swear to God, always had this image in my head. This one person walks in, sits down, and I'm like in front of him. And he looks, and there is nobody. And he looks at me, and I don't know what to say. Like, this is just so stupid because you can say a day before, hey, conference is canceled. You can always say this.
Right.
I never thought of this. This was just an image stuck in my head. One person, empty class, and I'm embarrassed. So I never did. So when this happened, I said, wow, this is a market that I never thought of. And I like teaching and giving lectures, and I did like a little bit of a lot of presentations in college. So I'm comfortable doing presentations, but I never thought this was a market. So this was very successful. We repeated it in January. We did another one, and we had 50 in person, 100 online.
Wow.
And I was like, wow. Never, like, to be honest, I like to be very honest. When this happened, January this year, and I reached 100,000 followers, I was with a friend, like, great friend, a best friend. I went to his house, and I said, hey, we need to celebrate tonight because I think I'll reach 100,000. He says, okay. I said, do you have anything to do? He said, no, come in. And I call another friend, and he comes in. And so I sold the tickets, so made very good money, and reached 100,000 at the same time. And so we're in his house, and I say, did you guys eat? Because I'm hungry. They said no. I said, I'll say the rest of her name. Is it fine?
Yeah.
Okay. So when the day I was like freaking out, rock bottom, they took me to eat at Thinny's.
Okay.
So when I reached 100,000, I said, we're going to order Thinny's. Just to make a statement that, reality changed. and we ordered thinnies, and it was so much fun. So I told him this day, only now, I realized the consulting business has a potential, because for 2 years, I thought maybe this will never work out. Maybe it will never happen, because here's the problem with consulting. Okay, let's say you have a farm, and I come in and I say all your plants have a disease,
Okay.
and you need to buy this medicine to cure them before everything dies, because I'm like an expert. But you, the owner, you say, Ahmad, you don't know what you're talking about. Please leave. Now, I can be right, and I can be able to help you. That doesn't mean you're going to buy.
True.
And that is a huge problem in consulting, because you walk in and you say, dude, you're in a very bad place. The company is a disaster. And he says like, no, man, it's fine. He's not going to pay you.
True.
So for him to pay you, he needs to feel the pain.
Right.
And if I cannot make him feel the pain, and if he does not feel the pain, he'll never going to pay. And companies in Kuwait, it's crazy. Maybe this is everywhere in the world. Almost nobody makes money. Swear to God, they're either losing money or breaking even. Very, very few companies are making profits. And the ones who are making profits, the very few, the special ones, they make a lot of money. But everybody else is either flirting with the break even, a little bit above, a little bit below, a little bit above, or losing money in hell. And people don't realize this. And I say this, and they're like, no, you're wrong. You don't understand the business. I'm like, dude, you never walked in a company. You have never seen a financial statement. You don't know what you're talking about. You saw a motivation video on Instagram, and now you think entrepreneurship is heaven. Like, that's totally wrong.
True.
You can make a lot of money in entrepreneurship. And this is the bet I'm betting on myself. But this does not mean it's just sunshine and rainbows. It's a challenge. It is a very hard challenge.
Absolutely.
It's so much fun. But also, we need to express it as it is. Lots of people losing, like say 70% losing, 25% breaking even, 5% making, maybe 3% making good profits, 2% making a lot of money. Like, this is just arbitrary, but this is kind of what it looks like.
That's crazy. Why do you think? What is the number one reason that is affecting all the businesses in such a way?
Why they're losing money?
Yeah. Is there one generic reason for everyone, or it's company to company?
100%. Same reason for everybody. Everybody thinks they're special. Nobody is special. Everyone's like, no, our company's different.
Yeah.
Buddy, your company's not different. It's the same.
Right.
And I know it's the same, but it's a matter of time until the owner realizes he's the same.
True.
Because he thinks like, oh, you don't understand our business model and strategy and vision. How are you able to help us if you're not of the company? I'm the owner and I know more than anybody. You don't know anything. I'm sorry. If you know something, you would be making money. If you make more money than me, please come and teach me. Like, I'm not here to say I know better. But if you're losing money, don't ever argue that you understand business, because that is, I am sorry to say this, a very stupid statement. To say I know how to do something and do it wrong. Like, oh, I know how to fix your company, Abdu. Please bring it. Boom. Engine is broken. Like, Ahmad, you're stupid. You don't know how to fix a car, or you would fix it. So a guy with a losing company does not know how to run a company. Like, it does not take rocket scientists to understand this. So it's just like, it kills me the amount of nonsense that people just throw around.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So reason number one companies are losing is not enough sales. Well, isn't this just saying the same thing differently? No. That company who says our inventory system is a disaster, the only reason it's a disaster because guy who runs an inventory has zero experience in inventory, because you cannot afford to hire an inventory manager who wants 600 KD per month, because you lose 300 KD per month, buddy. So you cannot afford it. This is why there is a mess. If you were making profits 10,000 Kuwaiti dinars per month, or like say $30,000, you would be able to solve that inventory problem in no time.
True.
The guy who can solve it is in the market. He has done it for a bigger company than yours, and he can work for you if you pay him enough. You cannot pay him enough because you don't have enough money because your sales are down. This is at least 90% of the people. At least. And I would say 98%.
So how can a company integrate social media in today's day and age and leverage the technology and improve their sales?
Attention.
Okay.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen. No. Attention. You need to get attention. You cannot be just like everybody else. Most companies who want, for example, I want to be famous on social media, so I make money. I think social media is great, but I think content creation for the sake of content creation is at least a waste of time. This is the least bad thing I'm gonna say. If I want to be honest, I will say content creation for the sake of content creation is stupid. You need to monetize because this is work. You set up the studio, you buy everything, you're putting your time in. Why? Of course you want to give good content to people so they watch, but you need to get paid for all this to be feasible. It's like a company who doesn't make any money.
True.
Why run it? Just close it. It's not making any money.
Right.
So I think content creation is great, and I think it's number one marketing method today, but it needs to monetize. So for content creators who are not monetizing, they need to monetize. For companies, they need to get attention. The reason I say content creators, for example, a guy wants to be famous. He wants to have 1 million followers. Huge mistake. He goes to a guy with 1 million followers and looks at what he's doing. Dude, you don't need to watch what he's doing today. Because today he has 1 million followers, and 6 months ago he had 1 million. So he did not grow in the last 6 months. So what he has been doing in the last 6 months is not successful. You need to watch what took him from 0 to 1 million. This is what you need to duplicate.
Right.
So people go and open up a guy with 1 million followers. Oh, he's shooting his daily life and his breakfast. I'm going to shoot my breakfast. Dude, nobody knows you. Who cares about your breakfast? I don't even know you, right? Like, I can have 1 million followers and you don't give any attention to what I'm eating for breakfast. I don't need to know what's about breakfast. I need to know something about management if that's what I do. Right. Or if I talk about sports, you want tips. You don't want my breakfast. So as people want to be lifestyle influencers. That thing is dead. That was started in, say, 2013 and ended in 15. Those who made it. And today, I think, personal opinion, this is dead. Nobody cares about lifestyle. You need to have something.
Right.
So you need to look at what took people off, not what they're doing at the top. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people at the top do all kind of wrong things. And this is why they stop. So companies, social media, what do? You need to get your people's attention. How do you get your attention? I was thinking, what makes a video takes off? What makes a video take off? Answer is pattern interrupt. You need to be different. Example, let's say you and I, we have burger restaurants. You do a classic burger. I say, okay, I want to be different. I'm going to put burger with sauce. And you say, okay, you want to go above me. So you say extra cheese, extra sauce. Mm-hmm. And then I say buns covered with cheese inside the meat, all sauce. Good. Where are you going to go now? I'm at the top, right?
Right.
What are you going to do? You're going to say, back to classic. You need to shift to the opposite. Because when you reach the top, you cannot keep going up. You cannot just make a sauce sandwich. Nobody wants to eat this. It's like disgusting, right?
Right.
So where can you go? To the exact opposite. If I say, this glass, I'm going to make a bigger glass, and a bigger glass, and a bigger glass, and a bigger glass. If you want to get the attention, you make the smallest glass ever. You just shift to the opposite.
Yeah.
So what looks successful today might be very saturated, that you need to shift to the opposite to get the attention. And people will follow you, and then this is saturated, and then you switch again. Mm-hmm. For example, if you always wear classic shirts, white shirt, navy shirt, white shirt, You want to get people attention? You get people a shirt with drawings. And I get a shirt with more drawing and more drawing, more drawing. And you want to get attention again? Back to the white shirt. So you need to break the pattern. This is how you stand out. So a company need to break the pattern in a way that gets attention. Most companies, they copy the guy who's successful.
Yeah.
That's wrong. You're not standing out. You're standing behind him. What is this going to get you? This is going to get you nothing.
True.
Why do they do this? They think, oh, if he's the best and that's what he's doing, if I do it, I will be the best. But this is wrong analysis. This is like saying, like the busy manager video. I said, the busy manager is a failure. See this setup, the ... manager is a failure. This was a very successful hook, like very successful first sentence. I did 10 different versions of this. First 5, around that number, all got more than 1 million views.
Wow.
Now if I do one, it gets 50,000. So a guy who's not really observant of my account will say, oh, Ahmad made it with the busy manager is a failure. Or a guy who just only watches attendance, is a manager who watches attendance only, is a failure. I'm going to do a video that says the blah blah manager is a failure. And he only gets 500 views. Because the guy who's watching him, he says, oh, he's copying Ahmad, whatever. Or, dude, Ahmad already did 10 of those. We don't even like it when he does it. And you want to copy him? That ship has sailed long ago. Like, wake up.
Right.
What he needs to understand, the reason that video took off was not the content. It was the content is new and touches people.
Right.
And unexpected.
Right.
When you're doing this, it is expected. It is saturated. So you're not... But it does still touch people, but not enough to create a reaction.
True.
So true analysis of the successful video makes you know that you need to be different than what is happening. And this is how you take off. So companies, if you're a burger company and you're just like professional photo shoot of the sandwich, look at our sandwich, mouth watering.
Yeah.
That died 2015.
Correct.
Today you need to do, you know what I watch today is really taking off in social media? Games. We put this 3 glasses and we take like a coin and whoever gets it in first takes the money. Or let's say you have a travel agency and you go and you do street interviews. Which country's capital is Paris? France. Boom, boom, boom. 5. Okay, you win 50 KD off of your next flight with us.
Right.
And this, people want to watch. People loves it. It's a game. It's fun.
True.
This is the content that is successful today. Today is 24th, right?
Yeah.
August 24th, 2023. You guys watching this have until maybe June 2024. After that, this might be dead.
True.
There's a new pattern. So there is no successful pattern. The successful is to be different and pioneer in something that gets the attention, touches people.
Right.
So if companies really, really know how to get attention on social media, that will solve their sales problem at least 60, 70%.
Also, I think a lot of people just post a couple of pictures, a couple of posts, and they see that there's not a lot of views or not a lot of interaction with the audience. Then they think of that as a failure, and then they stop posting at all, and they say that, oh, social media is not working for my company, something like that.
True. Social media is like an ocean, and you put 5 drops, nothing gonna happen to the ocean. You need like not buckets. You need like, I don't know. You need like an ocean inside there. You need like 1,000 posts. You need 500 posts. Right. This is. I had a friend. So I always wear dishdasha with ghitra. A reason is to be consistent and to look formal.
Right.
But another reason is, I had a friend of mine. This was when my account just took off. Like I had 50,000 or something. So he had a friend from Saudi come to Kuwait. And they were talking about management and blah. So my friend said, I have a friend about me who does consulting and he does videos on social media. So the other guy said, maybe I know him. Oh, is he the guy who's always wearing the ghitra? And he said, yeah, yes. And he showed my video and he said, yeah, I've seen him before.
Yeah.
So I post 300 videos, and the only thing this guy knows is what I look like. He probably never watched the whole video.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking like, oh, I really don't want to upload this video, I don't think it's going to be good. Wake up. 99% of people are not going to watch it. They're going to see like, I want to talk about, swipe.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to watch.
Sure.
They're not watching every single detail like you. You watch your videos 20 times.
Yeah.
People don't even watch it once. So people are very much concerned like about quality. Screw quality. Quantity, baby.
True.
You need to go quantity until you learn how to do better quality, and until you make enough noise to people say like, Ahmad, what do you want?
Yeah.
Watch me. I want to make a video. What do you want to say? The manager, why are you saying this? Because I want to do managed consulting. Oh, okay. Now we know. Post 927. That's when they're going to notice. Right. So people, like 2 months in social media, 9 posts that look very symmetrical, 3 followers. Good luck. You know?
You always say this, I've heard you saying this, presence over quality.
100%. Quality is overrated. It's not overrated, of course. I try to make, see, today's Thursday. Thursday, a lot of people are on social media. So videos that I upload on Thursday does better than any other day. Okay. For this reason, I save what I think is the best video for Thursday to make a good hit. So it's better to have a great video for tonight. But if you don't, have a bad video for tonight. Just have video.
Right.
A bad video is better than no video. And I assure you, everybody who watches this gonna say, Ahmad, you're wrong. And I want to tell you, I'm not wrong. Truly.
Yeah.
Bad manager is better than no manager. Bad business is better than no business. Bad video is better than no video because it opens up the door to improving.
True.
If you have an old car, you can fix it and have it function properly. If you have no car, you have no car.
Right.
So upload the bad video. It's okay. It's fine. Yeah. And you're new. What do you expect? You expect your first video to be Mr. Beast quality? Like, come on, man. Like, let's be honest. It's going to be bad. I look at my old videos. I don't even watch my videos.
Right.
You know, most interviews and podcasts I do, I don't watch them. Sometimes I hate them. Or I don't care enough to watch them because I already know what's going to happen because I've been there.
Right.
So, like, people have so much attention on what they produce, and they need just to relax and produce and stop being concerned.
I've been through this period in my life. I still remember I had 247 days where I didn't post anything. I used to count the days I didn't post, and the reason was I had no idea what to post. I just wanted that first video to be perfect. You know, like you said, I was just contemplating the ideas, the kind of shoot I want, the places, the locations where I want to shoot. I was just so overworked with the thoughts and the ideas that I never posted. And 247 days later, I was like, just post, man. Nothing's going to happen. People are not going to judge you the way you think they are going to. So I started then. That gap was really bad for me. And, it took away a lot of followers, a lot of interaction, So that hit is still, kind of reflecting on my account still. But still, we're trying to be as consistent as possible today.
Yeah. When did you start to be consistent?
It's been a good time now. I think 8 to 10 months.
Wow. Yeah. Nice. I think October 1st, if I stay consistent by uploading every day, it will be 1 year when I did not miss a day.
MashaAllah.
But it still have not been a year. so 8 months is great. Grant Cardone, back to Grant Cardone. I want to say something else, but this is also nice. He said, a bad landing page. A landing page is like a page where you click, and the only purpose is to make you buy something. Correct. So buy the mic, and then more talk. Buy the mic, picture. Buy the mic. Yeah. So that's the landing page. He says, I would rather have a landing page that tells people, shut up and buy, which is terrible. He says, I'll prefer this over no landing page. Mm-hmm. Yes, this is what I want to say. Sometimes I upload videos that not only I'm not very proud of, I think they're terrible. But I said, hey, I need 7 ideas per week.
Right.
So, and I've been doing this for like 40 weeks. So sometimes I'm going to have a week video.
Absolutely, yes.
And,
So-
and like friends, Ahmad, last week there was one video out of the 7 that was not very nice. Dude, post 500 videos and I'm going to show you 20 videos that suck.
Right.
You know, like, why are you judging me for a 1 week video? Like, it's hard to keep consistent. But you know this terrible video that I hate? There is 50 shares.
Wow.
I say, wow, 50 people liked it. And I hated it.
Yeah.
See, if I'm going to count on my opinion, that would be stupid.
Sure.
Because this 50 shares, maybe from each of them, say you shared it to 3 friends, 50 other people did. Maybe I win 20 people.
Right.
So this terrible video made me 20 new followers and maybe 1 customer.
True.
So to think like because I don't like it, then it's a bad video and should not be posted is stupid because 50 people really liked it.
True.
So this is what I wanted to say on your point.
Yeah, I mean, quality is so subjective. I mean, there is bad quality for sure, like objective bad quality, but then in majority generic terms, quality is very subjective. What might seem bad to you may seem great to someone else.
True.
You're right.
And also, have you seen terrible videos with, you know, in YouTube comments when they say this video was shot with a calculator, like this kind of
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah.
Like those videos sometimes take off and they become viral and they have 20 million views.
Yeah.
So if a terrible shot video can be viral, an okay shot video can be viral as well.
True.
So like, don't stress quality at first.
Right. Let me get back to the business managers and the employees area. What do you think? How can a manager motivate his or her employees into having the optimal efficiency in the company?
You know why I think people are not motivated? They have nothing to be motivated for. For example, cashier in a supermarket. Been a cashier for 10 years. The work is easy. It's routine. If he can be motivated, I take my hat off to him. I don't know how to say motivated. I am motivated to come here and do this podcast and do videos every day because I want to have a seminar on November that I really want to make a lot of money on. So this keeps me motivated today because I say, Ahmad, build the audience, build the audience, build the audience.
Right.
But imagine if I only shot videos and keep them in my phone and never share them, never get the feedback, never grow any audience. How can I be motivated to shoot another video? I'm like, why am I doing this? The videos are in the phone. Nobody watches them. This is stupid. And I stop. So when the job is offering nothing, I think it's very hard to stay motivated. You know, a guy I used to listen to his name was Jim Rohn. He passed away in 2009. I knew him after he passed away, and he really changed my life. So sometimes I think, wow, guy changes your life after he's dead. That's great. So Jim Rohn, he said, when the promise is clear, the price is easy. So when there is a promise that I say you, Abdu, today, if you really work hard on this project, and this is a big project, you're going to be from assistant project manager to a project manager. That's enough reason for you to stay until 2 a.m. every day, and you're happy. And you come next day, and you're still happy. Because you see the project management position as you move toward it. But if I say, you're going to be here for 50 years, you're never going to be project manager, or maybe, who knows, after 20 years when the guy retires, and hey, I would love for you to be motivated. Right. It's not real. Okay, this is terrible to say, but I will say it anyway. Most business consulting and coaching and life improvement is a scam.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It is a scam. And this is why people hate it. And this is why I hate it as well. You know, 5 tricks to keep your employees positive. Start your day with blah, blah, blah. Dude, common sense, please. You know, you need to use your common sense on business if you want to succeed in business. Most of those things are exactly the opposite of common sense.
Right.
You know, guy been in the same job for 20 years. He hates it, even though he can do it. He does not see a future. He's not motivated.
True.
Makes perfect sense. I cannot go there and ask him like, we really need to make the company go right. Like he says, you're stupid, man. I've been here for years. It is okay. It's fine. But so companies need to be growing and they need to pay well if they want people to be motivated. If I'm not going to give you a pay raise, if I'm not going to give you a commission of your sales, say you're an accountant, I cannot give you commissions. Commission on what? Reports? That's not going to happen. If you don't see growth, and I cannot promise growth, or I cannot promise pay raise, it's hard. I think maybe there's more knowledge than I have. I think it's hard to keep you motivated.
Right.
I either motivate you with a promise of a promotion or with more money.
Right.
So, and most companies, back to the sales, are not growing. And if I'm not growing and I'm not opening new shops, I don't have opening positions to promote you. And if I cannot promote you and you don't see any growth and you don't see any opportunity in the future, I cannot keep you motivated.
Absolutely.
Most, biggest problem that is killing most companies is no growth.
Right. And for growth, you need sales.
Yes.
For sales, you need social media.
Yes, one of them, Cardone, sorry, I'm going to use his name 20 times today. He does a lot of cold calls still.
Right.
And his people, and I talk to them on the phone, his people are killers on the phone. I told him this true story. They have the 10X business coach.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do to do training with them to be licensed from them because I really love their material. I use it on myself every day, so I said it would be nice to deliver it. So I talked to the guy, and he said, first you have to study the content. They have something called Cardone University. That's where all the materials is. He said, you need to study it. And I said, okay, I'm traveling soon. And let me start after I come back. And he said, dude, it's 15 minutes a day. It's way less time than you spend social media. If you cannot make 15 minutes a day, I don't know what you're doing with your life. That was his comeback. Very sharp.
Yeah.
Honest.
Yeah.
And correct. I was like, man, I love you. This is the environment you want to be in.
Right.
This is the level of expectations. Because you're like, I don't think I can stay in one place for 15 minutes. I get bored. Really? Are you giving up on the possibility to be promoted because you could not sit for 15 minutes? You're not taking your life seriously.
Right.
That should be the comeback. It should not be, but maybe you can use 7 minutes. That's stupid.
True.
You should say boom. That's what you need to do. So back to the social media. Social media is great for marketing, but also cold calling and company visits and posters. This is an idea I have for my next seminar. Okay. I knew a company that does brochures. I want to print 10,000 brochures and have people put brochures of my seminar with a barcode that you scan and you go to the place where you can buy it. And I want to see how it is. I cannot imagine a guy coming out of his job in a bank and he goes to his car and he says, Ahmad Ndoom, the Successful Manager Seminar. He will be, I think, this is what I think. Dude, this guy, he's on my car. What the hell is he doing? He's everywhere,
Right.
When I come here, the reason I'm happy, now I know you, we'll be friends. Rather than me creating content alone, I am with you, so it's much more fun. And number 3, a guy will go on your page and he sees me and he's like, dude, this guy is everywhere.
Right.
He's everywhere. He on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube. He has his own podcast. He goes on other people's podcast. He want to go on the TV. I want to go everywhere. Anybody who wants to collaborate. I told one person, he said, overexposure. I said, dude, if I'm in the street and a guy stops me on the highway and asks me for management advice, I'm going to give a lecture in the highway for one person. I don't care, Overexposure is a very wrong idea that people think of. I don't want to be overexposed. Coca-Cola is extremely overexposed, and that's why it's one of the biggest companies in the world.
I think it's the Andrew Tate effect. You see, do you know Andrew Tate?
Yeah, for sure.
You look at him, he's everywhere. He's on YouTube, he's on Instagram, he's on TikTok, he's everywhere. It's that effect.
True. And maybe all people need is to go on Hustle University. That's his website.
Yeah.
And maybe they never seen a whole interview for him, and maybe they buy.
True.
And they never seen 20 minutes video of him. But that's the guy who's everywhere.
Right.
And then let 100 million people watch him. 98 people think he's stupid. 2 million follow. 500,000, 100,000 buy. 50,000 people buy. 50,000 people buy a $100 product. That's $5 million. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
See you in Hawaii. You know? People don't understand. People say, oh, I don't want to have 100 people think I'm a bad person, or that I'm not funny, or that my video is stupid. I don't care if a million people think my videos are bad if I have 10 millions, or no, if I have 100,000 who are big fans.
Right.
You know? If I have 1 billion people on planet Earth who thinks I'm the worst, but I have 200 million following me, I will be maybe the happiest person alive. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. Can you touch upon AI in terms of how it can be integrated in companies and in managerial posts, or how it can replace jobs, and what companies should do in terms of understanding the ethics of AI? Maybe sometimes AI can become unethical in terms of unemployment. So can you touch upon this topic?
If AI gonna replace my job, I think the only ethical thing for my manager is to fire me.
Okay, interesting.
I am sorry. I need to create a new job. I need to be AI specialist. I need to find something that is really desired in the marketplace. See, I tried, social media, man. It's the best thing and the worst thing. People say, oh, I use AI to create content. I'm like, okay, sounds like a good idea. I go on ChatGPT. 10 ideas about management videos in under 20 seconds. And he gives me the most generic content. And I know because I've done a lot of those. Those videos do not go viral. Those are the videos that you just post them so you post something. And if this is all you got, you'll never be successful. Because what makes you successful, as we say, is pattern interrupt, is to be different. Right. This is not only not different, this is the most expected. AI does not know how to play the game. Because in order to play the game, you need to be different than what is. Right. But AI is getting his information from what it is. So how can he create something ahead of time when he's getting his data from the past?
That makes so much sense.
But maybe this is today. Maybe 2 years later, somebody watched the interview and say, Ahmad, you're so 2023. This is different life we live. I don't know. But from my own experience, people say like, AI is better copywriter than, or like, I use AI to copyright. Maybe this is why your landing page is terrible.
Right.
Because a real copywriter would know how to convert using a landing page. That AI does not yet. So I don't think AI is today as strong as people think it is. It has some really nice technologies in it. For example, there's an application called Captions. And Captions, as I talk, it generates words. And it's so comfortable and makes things much easier because it saves me so much time and make my videos much better.
Yeah.
See, like, that's genius AI. But I have an editor who charges me money. He makes the videos 10 times better than the ones I do with Captions. Because he's more specialized in captions.
Right.
People think AI is going to kill graphic designers. No, because I don't know how to use AI to graphic design. The person who really knows how to use AI to graphic design is the graphic designer.
Right.
So rather than doing what he's doing today, he's going to do it using AI. He's still going to exist. His job is going to exist. But maybe his production capacity goes from 3 designs per day to 20.
Right.
And there is less need of graphic designers. That's possible. But something new is going to come up, I'm sure. Somebody's going to create something new.
Yeah, the same thing happened in the Industrial Revolution. I keep talking about this. When Industrial Revolution happened, people used to think, oh, we're going to lose jobs and, we don't have anything now moving forward in life, or we are completely unemployed for the lifetime. But people got habituated with the industrial revolution. They started looking forward some new ideas, new technologies, and they made their own business, and they succeeded after that. So I think the same revolution is coming here right now.
Yes, and you know what I think about today's world. See, when we used to work at petrochemicals, polyethylene. Polyethylene is a plastic, right?
Mhm.
There are some plants who can produce ethylene, I think ethylene, and ethylene becomes polyethylene with another process. They can produce 2 million tons of ethylene per year.
Damn.
The raw material is there. The technology to do it is there, but they do not do it. Why? There is no consumption.
Mm-hmm.
In today's world, there is no lack of production capacity. How many restaurants there is in Kuwait today? I don't know. Thousands?
True.
A lot?
A lot.
A lot of them do not make money. They can produce, but no one wants their production. So what does the company owner become? He becomes an Instagram influencer trying to get people to buy. There's a lot of jobs today in marketing, much more in marketing and sales than 10 years ago and 20 years ago. Because today, to sell anything, you need to push with sales and marketing.
True.
Because of excess of production capacity.
Mm-hmm.
So with the increase of production capacity technologies, industrial jobs became less, but marketing job became much more.
Yeah.
Because now for every company there's a couple people you need. You used not to have them.
True.
But now everybody has a marketing team. So new jobs gets created.
Right.
And maybe sometimes even if not in marketing, in entertainment. Because people have money and they have enough time. So there's a lot of entertainment.
True.
And entertainment jobs is infinite.
Correct. I want to touch upon, you keep talking about failures in a corporate environment. What is the optimal way of looking at failures in a company?
It's a state that you are in. If you want me to create a table, and every time I try to create one, I break it, that's a failure. And failure has a cause. Either I don't know what you want of me, or I don't know how to do it, or I know what you want, I know how to do it, but I'm too lazy to do it, and there is nobody monitoring me.
Mm-hmm.
So any failure, I think, is only the caused by one of those three. And most people, I'm writing a book now. It's called The Untold Secret Behind Every Successful Person.
Okay.
So one of the chapters is called The 1 Minute Miracle.
Okay.
So good names, I think at least. So the chapter name is 1 Minute Miracle.
Yeah.
What it says is, you go to a wedding, you see two friends. They're like, hey man, how are you? I haven't seen you in years, blah, blah, blah. And they're great friends. And they used to hang out every week, get coffee with group friends. They have so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden this stops and they don't see each other for 10 years until they meet suddenly or like in coincidence in a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And this used to surprise me. How come a group disintegrate? How come? I used to think of it. And I was trying to observe, and I realized there is no set day to meet. There is either no set place to meet. Like, oh, where are we going this week? Oh, maybe this cafe. Oh, that cafe. I think I cannot make it this week. Blah, blah. Psh, it goes away.
Yeah.
Or if we're going to come to your house every Thursday at 8 p.m. and this is set, what can happen is you do not follow up. And I don't come this week,
Yeah.
and you don't say anything, and I come next week, and the other guy doesn't come, and you don't say anything, and boom, 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 this guy doesn't come, this guy doesn't come, this guy stops showing up, and I come one day, and it's only me and you, and it's like, yeah, I think this is over. And next week I don't come, and it's over.
True.
But if the first time a guy does not come, and you call him like, dude, where are you? And he says, oh, I'm really busy today, I'm going to a wedding. And you say, just go say hi, say congratulations, and come right away. We're waiting for you. It's like 7 of us, and we're really waiting on you.
Right.
And you push, and he comes. And next time a guy says, "Oh, I cannot because I'm going to the movies with friends," and you say, "Don't go to the movies on Thursday. This is our group day."
Correct.
And he says, "Oh, but I paid already." And he says, "I'm going to go anyway." And you say, "Okay, you can go. But next week, never tell people you're going to go on Thursday because this is the date."
Right.
And you keep the group together every time. Most companies, this is so easy to do, but it takes persistence and consistency, and it takes awareness of the group. This is so easy to do, but almost nobody does it. Manager comes, says, "Oh, create a table. When is it going to be done?" "Next week." "Good." Shows up a month later.
Yeah.
"Where's the table?" "Oh, the table. I forgot to do it." If that guy, after 3 days, just came, he says, "Okay, you said 1 week. So after 3 days, you should be half done. Are you half done?" And he says, "No." "Oh, good. Now we know there is a problem after 3 days rather than a month."
Correct.
And we say, "What's the problem? Do you not have the wood?" He says, "I do." "Do you not know how to do it?" "Oh, I do. I've done like 20 tables." "Then why are you not starting?" "I was going to, but there was a meeting and then I had to go check on the paperwork." And you say, "Stop it. Start now. I will be here and I'll start with you." And you have him start it and do it, and then come 2 days later and make sure there's progress. 2 days later and there's progress, and boom, you have a table. This, anybody who does not have a company or is not a manager will think what I'm saying has zero value. Anybody who is a manager, who had tried this, he knows that's the secret.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it is.
That is so powerful. I mean, I'm looking back at my own company and how my father follows up with everyone. He's behind everyone every single day. What happened? So I think that is part of the success that we have over all the years. And that is really crucial. It never reflected on my mind before. That's really important.
Yes, there is a Kuwaiti saying that says, "Your eyes on your business is like medicine." Meaning paying attention to your business is what keeps it healthy.
Wow.
And some people, the old school, it's a good school. It made some success. It did not create the big corporations because it lacked more information. This piece of information is correct, but is not the full picture.
Right.
The full picture is you want to watch your business, but watching your business does not only mean through looking with your eyes. Mm-hmm. You can have a shop in Kuwait, a shop in Dubai, a shop in Riyadh, and you need by the end of every day to say, how much did we sell? That is a way of keeping an eye.
Correct.
How many customers walked in today? Oh, we used to have 100, now we have 20. What's the problem? Mm-hmm. So you need to watch, and you need to be able through management to watch a bigger picture
right.
and follow up on it.
It's really important. If you just look back at the things after the time has passed, you've already lost it. But if you're following up during the process, you can at least minimize the losses. Okay, what's gone is gone. Let's renew, review, and make it better. That's really crucial.
Yes. Sometimes I do this trick. So I say we're going to dinner at 8. And let's say it's 30 minutes from my house to the restaurant. And I should leave at 7:30 to be on time. But I leave on 7:45. So I'm late. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to be there at 8. I will be there at 8:15. I'm going to be 15 minutes late. What I do is, once I leave the house, 8:45, I text you, Abdu, I just left the house. It's going to take me 30 minutes to come. Now, this is terrible that I do, but I'm going to say it just to show one thing.
Yeah.
Why I do this is better for you to know that I'm going to be late before the meeting time than after. Mm-hmm. I'd rather have you show up in the restaurant at 8 knowing I will be late rather than showing up and I say, I'll be 15 minutes late. And you're, come on, man, at least tell me.
Right.
Because I could have told you before. So when you're in the car going and you see me like, oh, I'm on my way. You feel I'm on the same level as you, but you're going to reach first and I'm going to come.
True.
So it's not a way to lie to people. What I'm trying to say is when, as you said, when we have a 1 month project and you check it after 1 week and you see that there is no progress, it's better to start fixing now.
Yeah.
You're going to be 1 week late, but it's better to be 1 week late than for the whole month to end. And then you say like, oh, how did that go?
Yeah.
No project. Wow, disaster. So, it's just much better to follow up earlier.
Robert Kiyosaki, in his book Rich Dad Poor Dad, he talks about how important it is to start early in life. Start early as in like your career wise. Can you touch upon that? What is the importance for all the youth to start early, like 16, 17, 18 years at the age?
Yes. I always say this. You can read 200 books on boxing, but a guy who trained for 6 months is going to beat the other guy who read the 100 books. You need to do, action, take action. People overestimate skimming information on social media and the internet and attending a course, and underestimate the importance of practice and taking action. I'm not saying knowledge is not important. Knowledge is very, very, very important because for example, there is a thing about knowledge. You need to choose wisely who to learn from, because you don't want to learn from anybody and you don't want to learn anything. Let's say, for example, there was a language 5,000 years ago in Kuwait that is now extant. Nobody speaks it.
Right.
And me and you go and spend 5 years learning it, and we are now masters in the language that was dead 5,000 years ago. Why? That's 5 years of studying, really working hard, and really learning something of no value.
Correct.
And people does this all the time. So this is number one. Choose the right knowledge. Number two, acquire the knowledge because you need it. Number three, apply it. So a lot of people think, oh, I know a lot of marketing. Oh, do you? Yes. When was the last campaign you launched? What was the results? Oh, I never really worked in marketing, but I have a lot of knowledge. I've watched a lot of podcasts. I've watched a lot of online courses.
Right.
But you don't know the feeling when you tell the graphic designer to do something and he cannot do it.
Right.
And you tell him fix it and he still brings you a better product and you have to post today. You don't know that feeling. So you think, oh, I know it. You just create. This is why people. I had a professor in industrial engineering. I took a class that said never forecast off a forecast. For example, I say this month's sales is 50,000 KD.
Mm-hmm.
I forecast 10% growth next month. So next month is 55.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, the month after, from this number, I forecast 10% growth. So 55 times 10% is 60,000. He says, no, this is a forecast. You don't forecast off the forecast. That's wrong. Mm-hmm. Only forecast of a real number, right?
Right.
And people learn something and of knowledge with no application, go and forecast. Oh, I have read that you need to focus on one product. And I've read another time that the product needs very good packaging, so we need one product with good packaging. And he starts the business. But maybe the idea of one product is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you have one mistake and you add another thing to it, the good packaging, and it's expensive, and your price is high, and nobody's buying. And you say, what is going on?
Right.
I have knowledge, but you never applied knowledge. This is, I feel it's like empty knowledge.
Right.
Knowledge is like a glass, and you need to fill it with the application so you have full glass. You have all like empty from the inside knowledge because you did not apply and you did not filter the good knowledge from the bad and keep the good and apply it and practice it and learn it and be able to do it perfectly. This is when you see results. But when there is only information with no real experience of doing, I think it's very hard, maybe even impossible, to have any results.
That is so powerful. That
Thank you
is
so
really impactful for a lot of people. I mean, I look back in my team, we have two 17-year-olds, and they really started early in their age, and they're really career focused, they're goal oriented, and I think that will turn up to be successful for them in their lives.
Yes, I think I maybe did not answer the question fully on starting early. This is why I said the practice aspect is why you want to start early to do, in English they say the reps,
Yeah.
short for repetition. To get in the reps, boom, boom, boom. If you edit 1,000 videos, you're way ahead of a guy who never edited a video.
True.
So when you're like ready to go, you're really good.
Yeah, that is absolutely critical for them. Well, I enjoyed this conversation and learned a lot of things regarding social media, business, managers. I'm a manager myself in my company, so it's going to help a lot, inshallah, moving forward. Any last words for the audience?
First, I want to thank you so much of thinking enough of me to invite me. It's a pleasure. I really enjoyed it.
The pleasure is mine.
Thank you. And to the audience, I will say, if you have problem with sales, get more attention. Be different in a good way so people know you more and then can buy from you. And number two, when you have information, take action, because through action, you will make sure you have the correct knowledge and you will get the results.
Awesome. Thank you so much for giving your time. I know you're running late, and this was a very valuable time. Thank you for coming here and dropping so much knowledge, and hope to have a second episode with you as well.
Yes, for sure. I would be happy. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.